Hey everyone, hi. Wow, that came out so weird. It was like I was trying to say hi and then hey, so it was like hi everyone. How are you doing today? I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Today I'm gonna be doing some decluttering. I just did one in the fall and I didn't think I'd be doing any more after that. And then one day I was looking through my stuff and I'm like, okay, I just need to get real with myself about some of these things that I like, but I'm just not wearing, or things that I was holding on to for not very good reasons, and I need to just let them go. So I'll be going through all of those things today. I have a bin next to me. I have my Earl Grey tea here to fortify me. Let's get started. So in this little box lid, I have a bunch of single shadows. So many of these were depotted from palettes. I went through kind of a depotting phase where I wanted to depot and just really curate a beautiful collection for my singles, because I do enjoy creating single palettes. However, it was not a good idea to depot some of those palettes. Some of the shadows were cracked and ruined, and I tried to save them by gently kind of pressing them back into the pan, but I don't even like pulling them out to put them into singles palettes, because every time I move them, they crack more and create a mess. And I've had them for a long time now, and I've just decided I need to get real and just be okay with decluttering these. It was my own fault for trying to depot them. So a bunch of them kind of look like that, and it's a shame because I absolutely love these mattes. These are from it's from the Essence Salute Paris palette, and the pinks and kind of mauve shades in that palette were perfect for a lot of the palettes I like to curate, but these shadows have gotten to the point now they're just too fragile, and so they just need to go. I also have some Luxie shadows here. It's such a shame because these are so beautiful, but out of all of the shadows I have, these just melt off my eyelids. I'm not sure what's up with this formula. I have several greens here. I went through a phase too with green where I wanted all green shadows. So I have Nymph, Urbane, and Moolah. They're all very pretty, very soft, smooth shimmers. But like I said, they just melt off my eyes. I get very little wear time with them. So and I never pull them. For the longest time, I kept them. I'm like, it's okay, I'll reach for them when I won't care, I guess, how long my makeup will last, but you know what? I never reach for them. So they're getting decluttered. I have some Makeup Geek singles here too. You can see I have like little pans in them. These are shades that I would only use in like my inner corner, hence like the size of the pan. You could tell I was using a very small detail brush. But these are just like bright, bright white shimmers. And I never feel compelled to reach for these either. I only reached for them when I was trying to hit pan on these, and then I never used them again. I'm much more likely to use the highlighter I'm wearing that day to put in my inner corner. So those are going as well. And I have a couple random shades from Ipsy. When I haven't gotten Ipsy in a really long time, but they would always send singles in like little plastic packaging, and instead of keeping around all these little packages of singles, again, I would depot them, put them into my singles collection, and some of them again just became too fragile, and so I never ever pulled them out to use. This one, for instance, it looks okay right now, but I'm being very, very gentle with it, and it's such a shame because I think this is such a neat bronze color. It's a true bronze. So many bronzes turn orange. This bronze I really liked. It was called Mother Nature from Naked Cosmetics, but I'm just unwilling to keep such a fragile shadow in my collection anymore. Here's another single from Ipsy. This was from the Balm. This was the shade St. Charles Avenue. I never ever use it. Trying to curate my collection a little bit more. So cleaning out some of these very breakable, messy, or melty shadows from my collection. It feels good to declutter these. All right, let's get into this actual little bin. I couldn't believe once I started deciding to get real with some of my stash, how quickly this little bin filled up. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with this primer from Beauty Blender. This is the Leveler Pore Reducing Primer. I have the shade Light Medium. The problem is it takes me such a long time to go through this type of product, and I have one that I have been focusing on from L'Oreal. It'll probably take me another 2 years or so to finish up that primer, honestly, with how slow I'm going through it, that this will probably be bad by the time I even get around to using it. And I like this product, so I'm just gonna give it to a friend to use before it gets too old. So that feels good, actually, to know this isn't just sitting around. And I must not be the only one going through my collection and decluttering at this time of year. A friend gave me a whole makeup bag of stuff. some of which I was really, really happy about. And a couple of these things I will be passing along to other friends as well. So this one from It Cosmetics, this is actually really pretty, but I have something like it already. So I decided to keep passing this along to find someone who can use it. This is the Perfect Lighting Radiant Touch Magic Wand. I thought, because of the name, that this was a highlighter. It is actually an under eye corrector, a peachy pink under eye corrector. And I already have my Becca one, and I don't use that every day either, so I don't really need another one. This is beautiful, by the way. I was really like pleased with how it looked, but considering it will take me an actual eternity to get through my Becca one, I decided to pass this one along. Thank you to my friend though for passing this along to me to try. The same friend gave me this brand new Burt's Bees All Aglow product. This is the lip and cheek stick in the shade Suez Sands. I was really excited to try this. I had never seen this before. However, I immediately looked up the ingredients and knew I couldn't use it because that little hydrating core there is coconut oil, which is fine on my lips, but I would probably want to use this as a blush stick. Coconut oil can be very comedogenic to some people, and I'm unwilling to risk it with my very acne prone skin. So I'll be passing this along to someone. I decided to pass along my e.l.f. Sheer Slick in the shade Golden Pear. This is one of those products that I would put it on and I'd be like, yeah, I can pull it off, right? Yeah, I can. And then later I'll look back and I'm like, I don't think that's my shade. So I like the product just fine. It's just not the right color for me, not something I really reach for unless I force myself. I've barely used it. So I'm gonna try and find a friend who will like this shade. Same with this Hourglass lipstick. This is in the shade If Only, which normally that kind of looks like a shade I would wear, but it's actually kind of bright. And I decided if I'm only gonna wear a lipstick a couple times a year, and only when I remind myself to do so, I would rather pass it along while it's new. This came in a FabFitFun box. It is a beautiful, heavy component with like the actual lipstick part is refillable. I know I can find a friend who would love to have this beautiful component and lipstick. So I'm passing that along. Something that's so old, I probably won't be able to give to someone unless they say that they want them, because they're still performing just fine. But these ColourPop Super Shocks, oh, I've been holding on to these because they are so beautiful, as in like so beautiful, but I don't wear them since I have found that they just don't stay in my eyes. And these are some of the best shades. Like these are the viral shades. So this is the shade Ritz, the Ultra Glitter formula. This is like the dupe for the Urban Decay Space Cowboy that everyone loves so much. And honestly, when I wear it, I absolutely love how it looks, but it creates ultimate sparkle on my face in a not good way. This is the shade Ladybird, which is the same type of beautiful finish as Ritz, but this one has even worse fallout for me than Ritz does. Look at the beautiful sparkle and shine on that. Oh my goodness. I would always love the way my eyes looked for like 30 minutes. So, like I said, I've had these for a really long time. I do have pan on both of them. I don't know if anyone will want them. I might end up just having to throw them away, unfortunately. Oh, something that just hurts my heart because these are so pretty. But I have to get real with myself again. I have not been wearing these. So from Essence, this is their discontinued melted chrome formula. For a while, I had every single shade. They are like a bouncy cream formula, kind of like the ColourPop Super Shocks, but these are metallic and wore beautifully on my eyes. I absolutely loved wearing these, but you know what? I don't think I reached for these at all last year. So I'm deciding to give them to some friends. I have some friends that I know will especially love some of these shades. So I made the choice. I made the decision. They've got to go. Oh, one that's definitely too old and dried out, and I was just kind of holding on to it because I'm like, it's okay, I'll rehydrate it. And I'm just kind of like, I'm not gonna do it, okay? So this is the shade Waddles in the Super Shock formula from ColourPop. ColourPop does not come out with satin shades very often, but the satin shade in the Super Shock, oh, it's absolutely beautiful on the lid. Really, really hydrated looking, and these actually did wear very well on me without creasing. Oh, so beautiful. But this is really dry at this point. I would consider repurchasing this again. I loved it. Oh, something that is super painful. This just came into my collection. I was treating myself at the end of the year to some high-end stuff, and I decided to try this product from Surat. I had seen it used on Instagram, and I knew it would be a kind of a beautiful, glossy-looking cream eyeshadow. I didn't realize, however, that I was buying an actual eye gloss. It is so pretty. This is the shade Kogicha. This is the lid lacquer from Surat. I can't make it work, but my eyelids are both oily and hooded. So no matter what, I mean, I've tried this many different ways to try and make it wear for a little while at least, and it just continues to just completely gather in my crease. So I would love to find a friend who could make this work for them. Maybe someone without oily lids, someone without hooded eyes. I would love to give this Luxe product to someone. It is stunning on the eyes when it's not in your crease. Ooh, here's a highlighter. I didn't think I was gonna get rid of any highlighters. I really enjoy my highlighter collection, but for some reason I have like no feelings for this one, which is strange because it's very pretty. So this is the Rose Quartz highlighter from Becca, and it's one of those things that I keep trying to roll into Shop My Stashes, and then I never actually want to use it, which is so strange. And this one, you can tell I've barely used it, and it still has that beautiful embossing on it. So I'm like, okay, I just might as well give this to someone. Literally a beautiful product, and I'm happy to give it away. Oh, this actually hurt me, this next thing that's coming up. So I decided I needed to get real again with myself about eyeshadow sticks. For a while, again, I went through a phase where I wanted to try them, and I am keeping some, but I find myself rarely reaching for them. So I think I'm going to give some of these barely used eyeshadow sticks away. Plus, with being able to just sharpen the end, these are easy to sanitize and give to someone. So first I have one from Sigma. This is the eyeshadow base primer. I didn't find it to be a very good primer for me. My eyeshadow is still creased with this particular one, but this is in the shade Sorbet. A very pretty purple, and I have a friend who loves eyeshadow sticks and she loves to wear purple, so I'm thinking of her with this one. Same with this little Laura Mercier mini stick. This is the classic shade Amethyst, which again is a purple. I just haven't been reaching for it. I think I used it once. It looks pretty much brand new. That same friend, I know she loves the Laura Mercier sticks, and she probably has this shade, honestly, but she told me she goes through them. So I'm just gonna give this one to her. I know she'll use it. This is from Nudestix. I think I would try another color from them. This one is fine. It's just, I don't reach for it. This is the shade Guilt. It's just a very soft gold. Very like easy one and done eyeshadow look. But again, I just don't reach for it. So I'm gonna give it to that same friend who loves eyeshadow sticks. I think she's gonna get all these actually. I have one from e.l.f. here, and I didn't like the e.l.f. matte sticks, but I did like this one, the shimmer stick. This is the No Budge Shadow Stick in the shade Copper Sheet. Oh, swatching it, I'm like, oh, are you sure you wanna give that away? That's so pretty. But yeah, I haven't been reaching for it at all. So it's being passed along. Oh, this one, I'm like, should I? And I'm like, yeah, I think I need to. So this is from Kiko. Kiko Milano has nice shadow sticks. People talk about them all the time. This is the only one I have, but I'm still gonna pass along. So this is the shade 38, and it's so pretty. Look at that beautiful shade. Oh, but I'm still gonna do it. It's so nice and creamy, and I never use it. I can't wait to give these to my friend. I'm thinking she's going to be thrilled. Not that long ago, I picked up some of these Jaclyn shimmer top coats from TJ Maxx, and I like this, but I've decided I'm gonna give it while it's still, I mean, relatively new. Who knows how old it was, being that it was at TJ Maxx, but it's pretty new into my collection. I've decided that I have other shadows that achieve the same thing as this one. This is the shade Frozen, if I didn't say that. The Auric duo I have actually does the same type of thing, so I figured I might as well pass this one along. Oh, here's actually a really pretty lipstick that I never use, and it has made it through my declutters because it's a shade I should use, but I don't ever. It's a little mini from Real Her. This is the Moisturizing Girl Power lipstick in the shade Mauve. Look, it still has the pretty little embossing on it. Oh, I suppose it's not. Let's see if I can get it to, haha, pretty little embossing on it. And you can tell I've barely used this, and it is a very pretty color, so hopefully someone will want this lipstick. Here's an eyeliner, and things like eyeliners, normally I wouldn't want to share, but again, this is barely used. I can just sharpen the end to make this sanitary for someone. So this is from Urban Decay. This is the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Shock. I already have a purple eyeliner that I prefer to this one. This one is a very light purple. There you go. And I've just decided that I'm probably not ever gonna reach for it in my collection. I don't have a big collection of eyeliners, but I definitely have shades that I prefer, and I'm not really gonna reach for this one. So I'm gonna give this to someone. Ugh, this hurts me, and I'm not even sure why, because I'm not even the biggest fan of powder. But this came, again, in a large Ipsy box. This is the very kind of a cult product from By Terry. This is the Hyaluronic Hydra Powder. It is ultra finely milled. Like you open it and you can just see like powder, like it's just so fine, it gets everywhere. Trying this over and over again, I'm always happy initially, but by the end of the day, it's one of those things you look in the mirror and I hate the way my makeup looks and I can't figure out why. Like it's not like it's necessarily sucking the moisture out of my skin, but it does something where I just don't like how my makeup looks after a while when I'm using this powder. So I know other people love this powder. I would love to give someone an opportunity to try it. So I'm gonna pass along. That's kind of hard for me to do because I know that this would be very expensive for me to repurchase, but I am gonna pass it along. This one's relatively new to me, even though it's not a new product. I got this from Influencer. I tried it, I reviewed it, and this is a glowy powder. This is the Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. I normally, when I use a setting powder, I want something to mattify, and I do already have a glowy powder from e.l.f. that I think is fine, and considering how long it takes me to go through powder, you know, it's so strange because I like to try powder, but I can't even finish one a year. It takes me so long. So I'm like, I better pass this along while it is new. Is that everything? Yeah, I think it is. It feels so good. It feels so good to get those things out of my collection and just be real with myself and admit that those things need to be passed on. Have I gotten real with myself about my blush collection? No. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you're having a great start to your year. I will see you again very soon in the next video. Bye, guys!